The South African workplace stands at a pivotal crossroads of enabling our youth to participate in the future workplace. So to meet the demands and benefits of the fourth industrial revolution, or ignore this critical opportunity and allow the workforce skills gap to actually widen even further. But however, at this present time, with youth unemployment at a record high, millions of young people are desperate for work. In fact, almost 1 in every 2 young people in the labor force did not have a job in the first quarter of 2021. And this is actually according to Stats SA. So the impact of the fourth industrial revolution will see the workplace transformed by automation and artificial intelligence technologies in the next 15 years. So in order to maximize these benefits, we need to start at a school level, growing our next generation with key skills which enable them to fully embrace this new world of technology. Actually, according to McKinsey, the fourth industrial revolution has the potential to create millions of high-quality jobs by improving operational efficiency in both business as well as government, and help to deliver better outcomes for South African customers and citizens.
With the current curriculum as it is, are young people being capacitated at an early enough stage to be able to be part of this fourth industrial revolution, so that while they're still in high school even, they have an inkling of the skills that they will need for their future?
It really needs to gain more traction. I mean, as digitization dominates the workplace, demanding new skills to maximize the benefits of, this digital first environment, the main focus is on technological skills. However, while these skills are important, softer, more human skills such as communication, collaboration, creativity, problem solving and such, they become more critical. So I definitely personally feel that there really needs to, more traction needs to be gained in this area, most definitely.
You mentioned there some key soft skills that need to be developed. Which are those and how are those nurtured?
There's soft skills are very keen. If I can mention 3 main ones, one being critical thinking. I mean, in the new world of work, analyzing information and using reasoning and logic to evaluate arguments will be part of the essential skill of critical thinking. So a person with critical thinking skills can suggest, innovative solutions and ideas and solve complex problems using reasoning and logic, and, evaluate arguments, using logical reasoning rather than emotion to collect, the pros and cons of a situation and be open-minded towards the best possible solution. And another one is creativity. The new digital environment will actually require creativity to enable new ways of thinking and innovative ways of working with new technologies. So creativity will also require generating original ideas and unique solutions to resolving problems.
I wonder, Samara, if you're looking at the rapid rate of technology development, and if you're looking at young people and how they engage and interact with technology, is there not a growing reliance on the technology itself to such an extent that the type of soft skills that you're talking about, the critical thinking, the reasoning, the logic, the creativity, that those skills are actually not being developed enough because of the extensive use of technology? Just your thoughts on that.
No, most definitely. It is not being developed enough in schools. I mean, schools should strive to implement certain skills into the classroom setup, which actually encourage complex problem solving, emotional intelligence, service orientation, leadership, and so forth. I mean, an online school such as Ivy Academy, which is an online associate of Cambridge International, actually focuses on enhancing critical thinking skills, and this way helps learners develop independent study skills, which universities actually highly value. So I mean, in general, while these changes mean upskilling employees, embedding these skills as part of the school curriculum can lay a solid foundation to preparing, our youth to maximize the potential of the fourth industrialization world, if I can put it like that. So I don't think there is enough emphasis on that. But I think it is gaining, popularity, most definitely.
It also seems to me, Samara, that these are the type of skills that no robot, no artificial intelligence will actually be able to replicate. What are your thoughts on that? And perhaps that's where learners need to be honing themselves, those soft skills of critical thinking, etc., that no technology can replicate, while at the same time developing the skills that globalization and industrialization are bringing forth.
Yes, most definitely. My thoughts on this is, in the next decade and a half, we will actually see human-machine interaction play an essential role in facilitating higher productivity and efficiency. I mean, machinery cannot, they can't have acquire soft skills. That is only acquired through human beings. And that is why it's so important to instill this in our students, because you can never fill that gap in machinery. There's just no way you can do that. If I can put it like that.
You say this now, and literally as you were saying that, a thought just crossed my mind that every time we say there's no way you can do it, 20, 30 years down the line, technology may have progressed to such an extent that maybe we are even seeing those things that to this day we deem impossible. But we've touched on the soft skills. How do we best capacitate learners to be able to take part in the digital economy, to be able to acquire the skills that are needed for the fourth industrial revolution, and not just in schools that perhaps have the infrastructure, but perhaps also in schools that don't have the infrastructure, the many rural communities that we have specifically here in South Africa?
Yeah, it's a great question. We really need to develop a mindset of ongoing learning. So this, together with a growth mindset where we adopt the attitude that skills are developed and learned rather than an inborn talent. So, I mean, this will play a key role in making our youth their future fit for the, how would I say, digital workplace. So people regard something like creativity or analytical thinking as an innate talent, but these skills, which can be developed through teaching, thinking skills in the school environment and incorporating them in all sorts of school environments, even rural schools. I mean, like I said, this can be done through various subjects. So definitely incorporating that into any school system, which can most definitely be done.
Now, mathematics is quite key in many of the professions that one would want to get into if you're looking at, digitization, etc. How can mathematics be broken down in such a way that it's applicable for most learners, that they're able to actually apply the principles that mathematics aims to teach them at school?
So let me just to understand your question, are you saying how can mathematics basically enhance the skills that we need in the fourth industrial revolution, basically?
That, and also how it can basically be broken down for learners to be able to understand and be able to apply it more. Some learners actually opt out of taking mathematics and maybe go for maths lit or even leave maths out completely just because they find it too difficult. But are there ways of teaching mathematics differently so that learners can actually internalize what mathematics is actually really supposed to do for them in building their careers and living in the world?
That's a great question. So obviously in the mainstream schooling system, you obviously, like you said, you have your your pure mathematics and your math lit, but I definitely think incorporating a type of a practical mathematics into school systems would be very good. And this kind of a practical mathematics could apply to, practical skills, for instance, mechanics or some skills working with your hands. So I definitely think that, we should place more emphasis on incorporating more practical math skills in school systems. Most definitely. Yeah.
Ms. Samara Cloete, really great engaging with you this evening. Thank you very much for that insight. She is an academic consultant at Ivy Academy Online School, Samara Cloete. Really some food for thought there.